YouTube, this is Dragonheart, the Prince of Wales, and welcome to a brand new video on my channel today. And today we are going to be doing something a little bit different to the stuff that I usually do on my channel. I've been doing YouTube now for quite a while, since 2013, and in the 2.5 years, going on 3 years I've been doing YouTube, I have had the pleasure of meeting so many great people online. I've played online with so many people, and I feel like it would be nice to do a YouTube location video where I can plot the different people that I've played with around the world and just show you a little bit of, sort of their channels, and just give something back and just sort of appreciate and show you guys, who these people are and how you can sort of access their channels, with their links in the description, etc. So anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to split this video up into a few different sections, and to begin with, I'm going to start off with the very first people that I did YouTube videos with. So obviously you've got myself. I'm based in Wales, as you can see on the map right now. I'm in the south of Wales. To give you a rough idea of where I am, I'm about 30-something miles north of Cardiff, which is the capital of Wales. And I started my channel on the 20th of March 2013. When I started my channel, the first couple of people that I got involved with was a YouTuber. Well, I say a YouTuber, his name was actually Andrew Steph 10. Now, Andrew Steph 10 was a Rome Total War player who is from Belgium, actually. And there's a playlist on my channel. If you go into my channel, go through my old playlist, you'll see one, Rome Total War Online Battles with Andrew Steph 10. And they were the first Rome Total War Battles videos that I ever did on my channel. Apart from sort of Worms Revolution and my old Juliet campaign for Rome 1, these were the first sort of videos you saw of me battling. So I made these videos with Andrew Steph 10. There was no commentary, he was just an online player. He didn't make YouTube videos, he wasn't a YouTuber, but he was the very first person that actually got involved with my channel. So I'm very grateful to him, and like I said, he was from Belgium, which I'm just going to sort of put him at the bottom of this map, because this map is a UK map, so let's put him sort of in between the shoreline, the coast of sort of England and France for now. Just give you an idea of where he would be, just south of that. Next up, we have Elite Wolf 98. Now, Elite Wolf 98 is a former YouTuber. He actually started doing his YouTube channel around about the same time as me, and he's from Yorkshire in the UK, so I'm just going to put him roughly where Yorkshire is. We started doing quite a lot of videos together, me and Elite Wolf. We started the Rome 2 co-op campaign series for Caesar and Gaul. Unfortunately, because Rome 2, when it was first released, was poorly optimized, very, very bad game back then to play. It wasn't playable in multiplayer, really. We kept having desyncs, and unfortunately the series only lasted 2 episodes. In that time frame of 2 episodes, though, we had great fun, and then we decided to move on to Shogun 2 and try a Shogun 2 co-op. Exactly the same thing happened, though. Well, not so much the same thing that happened, but basically he had time commitments. I had some time commitments as well, so we weren't able to continue that series. And a few months later, his channel was actually lost because he had some sort of copyright dispute or slashes against his channel or something, and his channel was actually taken off him. He actually made a reappearance though with another YouTube account of a similar name, but he's actually stopped making YouTube videos since then. So that was Elite Wolf 98. And then finally, in this first section of the video, the starting off period, we have Red Eagle Gaming. Now, Red Eagle Gaming, I believe, is somebody from London, England, although I may be mistaken on his actual location. He is a YouTuber who started around about the same time that I started as well, and we did a couple of videos together. We did a FIFA video called Eagle versus Dragon. It was the first thing we did together, and yeah, it was a good video. I played as Liverpool. He played as the team that he supports, which is Arsenal, and he actually beat me, unfortunately, in that video. We were hoping to continue it as a proper series. Unfortunately, though, it was quite difficult to do that. Again, time commitments, and that does play a big part. He was still studying, so again, it was quite difficult. But we had great fun, and we also had a couple of online battles as well on, I think it was Empire Total War, which you'll also find on my channel if you look under the Total War Online Battles playlist that I uploaded when I first started doing my channel. So that is the first kind of people that I met on YouTube, those 3 right there that I've mentioned in this first part of the video. And now what we're going to do, we're going to move overseas now, so I'll do a jump cut here and you will see me in America. Okay guys, so this is the second part of the video, and we're going to be looking at the USA and overseas territories. So these are people that are basically the other side of the world to me, like 12 hours, 8 hours difference. And the first person I'm going to mention is a guy called The Dude, _Dude. Now, he was a American YouTuber who I believe was from California. And basically, he worked on some mods when Rome 2 was in its infancy as well, around about the same time that I was gaming with Elite Wolf 98. And we started doing a co-op as well for the new Hannibal at the Gates, where I played as the Arivaki, and I believe he played as the Lusitani. This was when the two factions were brand new. And we started doing a versus campaign, and the campaign was going pretty well. What we did was we sort of did separate videos, and then we'd meet up at the end of the video to sort of discuss what had happened. We'd meet up at the start of the video. It worked pretty well, and I think it could have been a really good series. And both our channels definitely gained some early kind of subscribers through the kind of co-op. The new Hannibal at the Gates, you know, people were interested in watching that sort of thing, and because we were playing as factions which nobody else was doing, everybody was playing as the traditional Rome versus Carthage. It was a nice twist, and because the versus campaign as well, people always like that kind of competitiveness. Unfortunately, the versus campaign only lasted 3 episodes. The playlist is on my channel if you want to check out that playlist as well, but it was quite difficult to record. I mean, what was happening, it's quite a funny story actually. What was happening was I was basically having to stay up until like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the early hours of the morning to record with him, because the time difference was just so great, and it was awkward. I mean, he sort of had a little bit of time off work at the time as well. I had a bit of spare time, but of course that was in the daytime, my time, and not really in the evenings when I should be sleeping. And I was literally just being really shattered then for the following like day or so because of it. So it was really hard to record and have like the same recording times. But I really enjoyed it. He's a great guy. He doesn't actually do YouTube now, although his channel does still exist, but he hasn't uploaded on it for well over a year. But his channel will be in the description to check out if you want to check out some of his past videos. He actually got some great videos on the Divide and Conquer mod for Rome 2 when that was first released. The next YouTuber that I'm going to mention from the USA is Jethko. Now, Jethko is somebody that is a member of the Google Plus community on Google Plus. That's a bit of a weird one there, Dragonheart. But anyway, Jethko, American YouTuber. I believe he's from California as well, the same as The Dude. He got involved in one of my live streams on Twitch back a few months ago. We were playing, I think it was Reign of Kings, and basically about 5 or 6 of us just joined on together. It was a complete clusterfuck, to be honest with you. But it was great fun. It was great to finally talk to him online. It'd be great to do some things with him in the future as well, if possible. Although, with that being said, like I said, the same sort of thing with The Dude, the time zone thing, it can be quite difficult. The people that I'm going to be mentioning in this segment of the video, that will apply to all of them as well. But Jethko has a great channel, got lots of Shogun 2 stuff if you want to check out some Shogun 2 videos. He's a pretty good Shogun 2 player from the videos I've seen as well. And he's also, you know, a great member of the Google Plus community. So if you want to check him out, his link to his channel will be in the description below. But now we're going to move on to another YouTuber who goes by the name of Sunjetsu. He's one of the bigger YouTubers overseas that I've had the pleasure of working with on YouTube. And when I say working with, I haven't directly worked with him, but I'm a pretty big fan of Sunjetsu's channel. I was watching him back when he had, I think it was like 800 or 900 subscribers, when I was sort of 200 or 300. We were pretty close back then. It was before we got involved in the Total War Network, which was a great thing, by the way. It's something I really enjoyed being involved with, the Total War Network. And I really enjoyed his machinimas. I felt like that was one of his biggest kind of strengths on his channel. And fortunately for me, not so long ago, about 3 or 4 months ago, he asked me to take part in one of his machinimas as a voice actor. So I was able to play this big badass Viking. Basically, I had a few lines, about 4 lines, and I recorded them in a few different voices, and then I emailed them to him, and he put them in his video for me. So it was great to actually be in one of Sunjetsu's videos. Sunjetsu is an American YouTuber, and he has something like 11,000 subscribers. Most of his videos are sort of machinima based or top 5, top 10 based. He does lots of lists, and back in, I think it was February 2014, he did a top 10 YouTubers list, and I was number 8 on that list of his preferred YouTubers. So that was fantastic. And this was like a Total War list as well. So I was up against sort of people like, I don't know, Lionheart and Hef and Prince of Maston. He rated me as number 8, which was really great, and it meant an awful lot to me, the fact that someone like Sunjetsu rates me so high. So thank you for that, Sunjetsu, if you are watching, and it's great, you know, for me to sort of give something back in this kind of list right now and mention you and and what we've done together. And I have actually been asked to do a little bit more with him with the voice acting as well, so it'll be great to do that in the future. Now, the next YouTuber in America that I'm going to be mentioning is Whoopsin Burger. Now, Whoopsin Burger is a member of the Barbarian Breakfast YouTube channel, and is a fantastic channel which is fairly new. He's doing it in partnership with Elite, who used to go by the name of Elite Gadgets, who had his own YouTube channel, who ironically was doing a co-op with Elite Wolf, who I did a co-op with back in the early days of Rome 2. So a little bit of a trivia there for you guys. But anyway, Whoopsin Burger is somebody I never actually watched up until sort of recently. But like I said, his channel is in partnership with the Barbarian Breakfast channel, and I got involved with him by playing an online battle with Elite. And Whoopsin Burger was basically in the background, just giving his commentary, which is great. And the best part about it was his commentary was fantastic. I mean, I hadn't really watched him before, but I'm going to definitely watch him after hearing him and being in the Skype call with him. But he couldn't even see the online battle. He wasn't even watching Rome 2, but he still gave his commentary in the background. And it's mad to sort of watch an online battle and commentate on it, yet you're not actually watching. I thought it was a really sort of unique skill, and he definitely pulled it off. And big congratulations for him, and a thank you to him for actually watching that video and watching us play. Well, not watching us play, if you will. But anyway, Whoopsin Burger gets a mention, and hopefully I can get a few online battles with him on Rome 2, Attila, Shogun 2, and other Total War titles in the future. Now, next up, we're going to bring up another YouTuber who goes by the name of Ben Pope Games. Now, I believe he is from Seattle, Washington, although I think he's actually Romanian in nationality. If I'm wrong, I do apologise, but I'm pretty sure you mentioned in one of my live streams recently that you are, in fact, from Romania. So that's going to stay in this video. And I haven't actually done anything with Ben Pope, but I feel like I should mention him. He's been involved in quite a lot of my live streams. I do hope to do something with him, maybe an online battle or something in the future. And I have actually been watching quite a lot of his City Skylines videos. I know that in one of them he actually made a city and named it after me, which was really, really sweet of you to do that. And he also did it for Croissant 187. He named two of his cities after both of us, so that was a nice little touch you did right there, Ben Pope. I know you also want to do some FIFA stuff as well, so who knows, maybe we can do 1 or 2 FIFA matches in the future. But you definitely get a mention and included in this video as well. And also another person who I've never done anything with but definitely gets a mention as well is Overkill Total War. Now, he's from Canada, so a little bit north of America, and of course there's a bit of a rivalry with USA and Canada. But Overkill, he's somebody who recently surpassed 450 subscribers, and he also gave me a big sort of mention in his special video for that occasion, and also mentioned me in his description, which was very great of you, so thank you so much for doing that, Overkill. If your channel gets a mention, I think you've got a fantastic kind of concept. Your commentary is great to listen to. You've got a fantastic voice. It's easy on the ears, if you know what I mean. And I hope to do some more stuff with you in the future as well. So you definitely get a mention in this segment of the video. And finally, and this is the big one for the overseas section for me, and it's almost like a personal kind of achievement for me. And when I explain why, you'll probably laugh. But Hef, I'm going to mention Hef here. He is from Australia, and he actually got involved in episode 3 of the Tactical Difficulties podcast that me, Lord Rexasaur, and Stifsra run, the 3 of us, and it was great to have him on. I mean, Hef is somebody that I've actually been watching for about 2 years, and that was like the first thing that we did together, which we did quite recently on the podcast. But I've been watching him for 2 years prior to that podcast episode. He does the best, in my opinion, the best Mountain Blade content on YouTube. His commentary is really relaxing, it's really funny. It's really motivating as well. As a YouTuber, watching him motivates me and spurs me on. And if I can have that effect on just one of you guys, then I feel like, I'd owe that to Hef, because he is one of those YouTubers that sort of gets me going. And, I'm just going to have to say this now. Thank you, Hef, for the videos you make, because the videos you make are absolutely astounding. The thumbnails are excellent. The way you edit your videos is just superb. And you're definitely up there on probably my top 10 YouTubers list if I ever do another top 10 YouTubers list. But anyway, guys, that ends the USA and overseas territories for this segment of the video. Next, we're going to move to Scandinavia. Okay, so this is part 3 of this video right now, and this segment of the video. And we're going to be talking a little bit about Scandinavia and the people that I've had interactions with from Scandinavia on YouTube. And the first person I'm going to bring up is a guy who goes by the name of Oversea. It's spelled Oversea. Verses, and I believe he's from a place called Karlstad in Sweden. Now, Verses is a great organizer, in my opinion. He used to do this Rubicon Challenge tournament on Steam, which I took part in. Unfortunately, I had my ass handed to me by this guy. I can't remember the guy's name, but he completely murdered me. He had this fantastic Bactria army build. I had a shitty Iceni kind of army build that I thought was pretty cool, and I just got trounced completely outflanked and turned over, and one of my greatest defeats ever on Rome 2, unfortunately. But Verses basically invited me to this tournament. He watched quite a lot of my videos and thought that I was a good name to bring to the tournament, which is great as well. And again, you know, more praise from people, and that's nice when people kind of appreciate the stuff that I do on my channel. And you know, whenever I can, I try to give back to the community. I can remember I helped try to promote that tournament via like I think I did a trailer and like a promotional video saying check out this tournament and join if you want to join. I think we ended up getting about 32 people as well in the tournament, and yeah, it was fantastic to take part. I think other YouTubers took part in that tournament. I think Warrior Sparta took part and got to I think he got to the second round or third round. He got further than me anyway, put it that way. So yeah, that was a pretty cool dude. Verses. He does have his own channel, and he did actually start uploading a few videos to his channel, although he hasn't done anything lately. So he's definitely worth a mention. And like I said, he is from Sweden. Another guy who is from Sweden is the Face Man. The Face Man is somebody that I started doing stuff with this year. He's a subscriber of mine, and a very good subscriber as well. Very loyal, always sort of in the comment section or lurking around the comment section on my videos. And basically, the Face Man, he calls himself the ultimate survivalist, or he did once to me in one of our Skype chats. He, like I said, does survival games, and me and him, we both played Ark Survival Evolved together when that game was first released. And out of the, I think, 33 hours I played in the first week of its release, about 30 of them were with him. We just jumped on, got Skype up, started recording, and just had a massive laugh together. We had so much fun building bases. There were little kind of stories being created between us where like our base would be raided, and then we'd have to go off as kind of naked noob spawns trying to kill this guy, and it was just intense. Then we got chased up the forest by a bunch of velociraptors. You know, in the kind of video series I got on my channel, everything's sort of documented there. It's just the whole kind of shebang edited together, and it was so much fun to make those games with him. And hopefully in the future we can make some more survival-based games, maybe H1Z1, maybe Daisy, maybe a return to Reign of Kings for me, who knows. We had so much fun doing those games together, and it was a fantastic experience for me on YouTube to play these games with you, the Face Man. Now, another guy that I'm going to mention here, he's actually, I have to mention him, otherwise he'll kill me, and that is Stifsra. Stifsra, if I pronounce your name correctly, and I hope I have, because you'll probably tell me off for it, is, I believe, from a place called Vestfold in Norway. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm not very good with my pronunciations. And he is one of the members of the podcast that we do, Tactical Difficulties. And he's somebody that I've been watching on YouTube for a while. He does lots and lots of stuff with Shogun 2. He's an absolute beast at Shogun 2, to be honest with you. The amount of people that I've spoken to on Skype, people like Elite and Whoopsin, who've said, oh yeah, don't play Shogun 2 online battles against Stifsra. You'll have your arse handed to you. And it's quite funny when I hear people say that, because I don't want to play on Shogun 2, because I think I'll have my ass handed to me as well. But Stifsra's a great guy. He's fantastic to do the podcast with. Always got great opinions on games and brings up some pretty interesting topics for discussion as well. I think the podcast has improved immensely since Stifsra has joined it as the third member. So a big thank you to you for your experiences with the podcast and the stuff that we've done together on YouTube and in the live streams as well. Another person from Scandinavia that I'm going to bring up is FGH976, who also goes by the name of Icelandic HD. And he is from Reykjavik in Iceland. Now, I haven't had an awful lot to do with this guy, although he has been supportive of my channel in the past. He has watched quite a few of my live streams. He's popped in on some of my Twitch ones and said hi. He's definitely watched quite a lot of my stuff, and it would be nice to do an online battle with you at some stage. But it's nice that someone from Iceland's watching. That's one of the things which scares me quite a lot on YouTube sometimes, when you think about how much it connects people together from other sides of the world. Iceland's quite a long way from where I live. I suppose it's sort of to the far north of Great Britain, but yeah, it's mad to think that people from the other side of the world are watching you, and it's just great to know that there's people that do support you. Another person I'm going to bring up, and this is the final person from Scandinavia that I am bringing up, and that is Danish Warrior Skald. Now, Danish Warrior Skald is a channel that I come across over the past few months, and I've got him involved in the Google Plus YouTube community that I've been running for the past year. Great guy, some great videos on his channel. It's nice to see his channel start to grow as well. I hope I've been helpful to him, and hopefully we can have 1 or 2 online battles as well, because I think that would be good. And that's something I want to try and do with some of the people on the Google Plus group, is do online battles and try and get that kind of community going again and try and boost that interaction as much as I can possibly. But anyway, that ends the Scandinavia segment of this video. Now it's time to move to the next segment. Okay, so welcome to the 4th segment of this video, and we're going to be looking at a couple of people from Europe. It's not going to be too many, it's going to be a shorter segment, this one probably. So we're going to kick things off with Elite. I mentioned him previously in the video. Now Elite is from Croatia in the Balkans, so he's the first person from Croatia that I've ever had anything to do with online in YouTube. Great guy to talk to, sort of online and offline. We've had some good discussions on Skype. We did a video together recently on my channel where I talked a little bit about Barbarian Breakfast and some of the things that small channel has to offer and how it can grow and help the community. It's going to be a community-based channel, and it can offer you things like sort of free software for your recording purposes and just stuff like that. And I think this is a great idea, and I really hope it is going to be successful. I've also done stuff with him with the podcast. He was my guest on the 2nd episode of this season's podcast as well. And yeah, a great guy to talk to. We had an online battle, like I mentioned earlier as well. Hopefully we'll have more to do in the future with the Slaying the Dragon series, and hopefully come the time Warhammer comes out, maybe we can do 1 or 2 videos on that as well. So that's Elite from Croatia. Now the next person that I will be bringing up is the Prussian Prince, probably one of the biggest channels that I've brought up in this video so far. And the Prussian Prince is from Romania. He is an absolute beast at online battles. The amount of online battles he's played on Total War Arena, I was just looking at his uploads the other day, and he has something like 257 or something, and I haven't played a single battle yet on Arena, so it just kind of shows you how competitive some people are compared to me. But I haven't actually done any videos with him exactly. However, I have had the pleasure of doing many thumbnails for him as well. At one stage I was doing about 3 or 4 of his series at once. I was just sending him email after email after email for a few weeks in a row, and he actually put me in his favoured channels on his YouTube channel. So it's a fantastic thing and a nice gesture for the Prussian Prince to do. So big thank you to you. Another person I've made thumbnails for as well, who is also from Europe, is Snowchill, good old Snowy, who is from Greece. And Snowchill, again, you know, he's a great YouTuber. I've watched some of his stuff. I've watched some of his Sylvan Elves series that he has going. I made the thumbnails for that as well. And yeah, he's a good YouTuber. I hope to do more with him in the future as well. He's got lots of potential, in my opinion, to grow as a YouTuber. He's been doing it for a long time as well, believe it or not. He was on YouTube when Rome 2 was when it first came out, and he's also a part of the Total War Network when that first came out, which was around about the same time, sort of August 2013, September 2013. So yeah, some of these channels on here have been going on a long time and have been sort of together in this community a long time. And that's one of the things I want to achieve with this Google Plus group. And now finally, the final person that I will be talking about from Europe, and I've mentioned the Google Plus group just there, and that is War Eagle. Now War Eagle, I believe, and I hope I get this right, but I believe he is from Slovenia. If I'm wrong, then a big facepalm right now. But War Eagle, I think, has the potential to be one of the next big things in the Total War community. And I know it's a big statement to make, but I've said it to him before. I'm going to say it again. His comedy is great. It's relaxing. It's entertaining. It's everything you could ask for in a sort of YouTuber, and the things that he does in his videos are great. I really enjoy watching his videos. He's got some of the best artwork and thumbnails out there. Some of them probably better than mine, in my opinion. He's that good, and that's not me kind of saying that mine are really good, but I do put a lot of effort into my thumbnails, and for me to say that just shows you how good his are. His are some of the best. He's partnered with TGN. His channel's growing all the time. He hasn't been doing it that long as well, only a few months, so it's great for him to get that growth, and hopefully he can continue that growth, and I think he'll get 1,000 subscribers within the next 5 to 6 months, hopefully, for him. So these are the main ones that I've done from the European continent. So now I'm going to move a little bit closer to home and bring all the Brits upon you. I'll see you in the next segment. Okay, so we are back, and this will be the final segment of this video. I hope you've enjoyed thus far, and we're going to now continue this with the channels that have been the closest ones to me as far as distance and location. And the map will be familiar, is the map of the United Kingdom and Ireland. And we're going to start off with probably the one that's closest to me, and that is Welsh Gaming, also known as Welsh Whoopie. Now, I believe he is from the region of Gwent in Wales, which is basically next door as far as regions go to me. A great guy. I've had lots of fun doing stuff with him in the past. We've done some Reign of Kings stuff, and hopefully we're going to be doing some H1Z1 stuff in the near future as well. Great person to watch on YouTube as well. He's got a very successful channel, has over 1,000 subscribers as well. And if you're interested in World of Warcraft, then his channel is probably one of the best ones you can watch, because probably a good 80 to 90% of his content is World of Warcraft, something which I'm not really a fan of, but I'm sure there's many people out there that are a fan of his. So like everybody else in this video, his channel will be in the description below if you want to check him out. And the next person that I'm going to bring up in this video is going to be Total War Mala HD. Now Total War Mala, unfortunately for him, had his old YouTube channel hacked, and he couldn't access it basically, and he had a very strong channel. I think he had something like 700 to 800 subscribers. He's pushing the 1,000 subscriber mark, and at the time his subscriber base was actually bigger than mine. I think I had 400 or something, so I had a few hundred behind him, and he was basically the master at Empire Total War and Napoleon Total War. Most of his series were on those two games, and I would not like to go up against him in those games, because I think he'd probably murder me. But I believe he's from Cardiff in Wales, so another Welsh YouTuber there for you, another Total War Welsh YouTuber, if you want to watch those kind of people, because they are quite cool, these Total War YouTubers from Wales. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. And yeah, Total War Mala, I mean, I did a shout-out video for him not long after his channel was hacked, and I think a few of you guys actually jumped on board and went over to his channel. I know that Lionheart did one for him as well, and his channel is doing pretty well now. He's actually broken the 1,000 subscriber mark on his new channel, which he had to release, which is Total War Mala HD. I think his old one was called Mala Total War, so he had to change the name around and stuff. But it's the same guy, and it's the same type of videos. And like I said, the videos are really good if you're interested in Empire and Napoleon Total War content. So, next up, we're going to cross the border now, and we're going to go over to the enemy, and that is England. If you're a Welshman, then England are the enemy. And ironically, I'm going to be talking about Biscuit's Total War next, who's from Chester, and he left me a funny comment recently, about last week, or the week before, on about the Rugby World Cup, which is hosted in England, and he was basically trying to instigate some sort of banter with me, and he was saying about, oh, I think you're going to lose, sort of thing, you know, with England versus Wales, and I just want to mention this in the video now, just so you guys can sort of hear it from my lips. Wales beat England, and England are now out of the World Cup, so joke's on you, my friend. But anyway, enough of the English Welsh banter here. Biscuit's Total War, fantastic YouTuber. Again, you know, somebody who comes from the Total War network, did a fantastic job in basically running the Total War network towards the later stages of that channel's lifespan. Did a fantastic job of organising some of the great challenges that we did. We did the Numidia challenge, for example. We did the Germania challenge, for example, where Legend of Total War basically killed all of us. But they were great challenges to be a part of. I really enjoyed them. The Numidia challenge I actually did quite well. I actually did better than Lord Rexasaur, which I didn't expect, because I think Lord Rex was probably a better Rome Total War player than I am. Probably got a bit more experience with it as well. But I did pretty well on those challenge videos. I really enjoyed it, and Biscuits did a fantastic job in organising these things. It's almost a shame that the Total War Network doesn't do anything anymore, because I feel like if a few of us probably could get together on a community channel like that, such as Biscuit, such as myself such as perhaps, I don't know, Kassam, maybe Mala, maybe Dracosaurus, maybe Jethko, who knows, you know, maybe we could all get together and start a channel like that, and perhaps do something beyond Total War Network and something better, because it's a shame that that channel has kind of gone downhill, and it doesn't actually upload anything, and hasn't uploaded anything for, well, it'll be a year this sort of January or February, so yeah. Bit of a shame, but Biscuits is fantastic, you know, and it was great to do those challenges with him. And if you're interested in the original Rome Total War, then by all means go over to his channel. Like all the other channels, his link will be in the description below, and you'll see some awesome content there. Now, the next YouTuber that I will be talking about is Kassam187, who I believe comes from London, England. Good old England, mate. That was a terrible attempt at an English accent right there. But anyway, enough of the bad attempts. Kassam's fantastic, a great YouTube online friend of mine. He has got involved in some of my Twitch streams in the past, got involved in some online battles with him. We even started doing an online series on, I think it was Attila. Was it Rome 2 or Attila? Yeah, it was Attila. I was just trying to remember then, because it's been so much stuff I've done. We did an online versus campaign on Attila, which we started. Unfortunately, we only did 2 or 3 episodes, which is the usual kind of thing with these versus and co-op campaigns because of time constraints. And he's actually got a new channel which he started recently, which is going to be called Dr. Destiny. So I'm going to put that channel in the description, as well as his Croissant channel, so you can check them both out, because he does fantastic Destiny content. I've seen him stream Destiny quite a lot of times in the past as well. And if you're interested in Destiny, then by all means check Croissant 187 out. So staying in England, and we're going to go on to now the next YouTuber, and that is Theoptimates. Now Theoptimates, I believe, is from London, England. If I am wrong, I do apologise, Theoptimates, if you are watching. But Theoptimates is somebody that I sort of knew about on YouTube for a while. His channel was doing co-ops with a channel called the Luberforce Network, who's somebody who I haven't actually done anything with, but I know of his channel from when I first started, from like 2.5 years ago. So I sort of knew about Theoptimates, and we actually got involved in a little series together with Lord Rex. So 3 of us did a Crusader Kings 2 series. I played as Sweden. He played as, I think it was Kent, and Lord Rexo played as some Eastern European faction, I think it was. I made a great laugh. We did about 5 or 6 episodes all together. It was great to get to know a little bit more of Theoptimates and get involved with another YouTube channel. So a big thank you for that season. Hopefully we can do more Crusader Kings 2 stuff in the future. Staying in England yet again. God, it's just not on, is it? All these English people on this video. It's just, it's not fair. We're all the Welsh, we're all the Scots, we're all the Irish gone. Anyway, staying with England, and the next YouTuber that we are bringing up is Kydrix. Now, I think it's Kydrix or Kydrix. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to go with Kydrix because in Wales, C-A-I is pronounced Kai. So this is Kydrix, and his channel has had a shout-out and channel review on my channel. He is nearing the 100 subscriber mark, and he's only been doing YouTube a few months. He does some of the best graphic kind of content. And by graphic content, I mean graphic kind of intros, outros, artwork, art design, that kind of thing that I've seen on YouTube. And he does it totally for free. So if you're interested in doing a YouTube channel or starting your own YouTube channel, but you don't have the kind of skills or the equipment to do some artwork, have a little chat with Kydrix. His channel will be in the description below, and he can do some fantastic stuff for you. Hopefully in the future, I will be doing some stuff with him. I hope to do an online battle with him as well. And just, you know, sort of get all of us involved in that community again, that Google Plus community, and just see what we can do, see what we can do with it, guys. So this is Kydrix. So we've got a few more to go now, and the next one I'm going to be bringing up is Alex the Rambler. Probably the biggest channel I've mentioned so far, probably the most well-known as well. Alex the Rambler is a YouTuber that's been doing YouTube for God knows how long. He's been doing he's been a YouTuber a lot longer than me. He's been doing it since, I think it was like 2010 or something. Alex the Rambler is actually his 3rd channel, I believe. And he's from, I think he's from Kent originally, but I know he lived in London, and I think he's now moving to Canada, or he's travelling to Canada, so he's a bit of a hybrid of a few different places, I think, but a great guy. I've been watching him for quite a long time. I particularly like his 60-second series, like Rome 2 in 60 seconds, Total War Tiller in 60 seconds. They're quite funny. He definitely has that comical kind of edge, which I like about YouTube videos. I always like to have a laugh when I watch YouTube videos. And he was a recent guest on our podcast. We actually did something together. The little funny story is, about 2 years prior to that, I did try to do something with Alex the Rambler back then. It was going to be Crusader Kings 2. It was going to be with a guy called Love Spuds, Alex the Rambler, Lord Rex saw before me, and Lord Rex became sort of proper YouTube friends, etc. / lover. What am I saying? I don't know. Yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't actually do the series because Crusader Kings 2 was poorly optimized, and the other 3 members could get into the game, and I could not get into it because the game kept kicking me and kept not letting me join, and it was just an awful kind of experience to try and get onto Crusader Kings 2. So unfortunately, I couldn't get on there. But 2 years later, we finally do something together, and he actually joins the podcast as a guest on my channel. So a fantastic a thing for us there, and you know, to get Alex the Rambler on board on the podcast was a great thing for us as well. And speaking of the podcast and guests, the next YouTuber I'm going to talk about is officially Devin, who's from England. I'm not sure where in England he's from though. Rexo will probably let me know, because Rexo is basically his cheerleader. Rexo was, I think he's probably Devin's biggest fan. The narrative series that officially Devin does is phenomenal. It was on Total War Network. I mentioned it earlier. A little bit about Total War Network. His series was fantastic, and he was able to move it over to his own channel. And I think by doing that, he definitely gained quite a lot of support, and a lot of people became aware of his channel and his talent, because he does have a lot of talent. His narration voice is superb. I mean, he's like fucking, what can I put it, David Attenborough on steroids, talking about chimpanzees. I mean, I don't know, that sounds weird, but he has that kind of skill. He holds an audience, which is something that you want on YouTube. He's able to sort of give you that kind of, I don't know how to describe it, to be honest with you guys, but it's just something you have to watch. If you're interested in narrative Let's Plays, definitely watch Officially Devin. And like I said, he recently did the podcast with us. He was Lord Rexasaur's guest on the podcast on the 4th episode of this season, which is a playlist on my channel if you want to check that out as well. And it was great to have him as a guest. Devin was fantastic on the podcast. We got quite a lot of great discussions with him on that episode. So we're nearly at the finish line now. I've got a couple more to go. If you've made it to this stage, then type in the chat below banana. It would be well, I would appreciate it definitely, and I'll give you a thumbs up as well in the comment section, because it's nice that you've held on for this long. It's probably been about 20 to 30 minutes in total, so thank you for that. So I've got 2 more to talk about now, guys. Now the first one is a YouTuber I haven't done anything with yet, but we do hope to do something sort of together in the next few weeks, and that is Jackosaurus. Top of the morning to you, dear. Top of the morning. He is from the Republic of Ireland. I believe it's from Tipperary, and it is a long, long way to Tipperary. That was a terrible pun right there. But Jackosaurus is fantastic. If you've ever wanted to sort of watch somebody do a live stream and be entertained, then Jackosaurus is the man for you. He is fantastic. And he could be the worst Total War player ever. He could be sort of the worst player ever imaginable. He could be talking about the most graphic, gratuitous, disgusting thing ever, you know, and you would laugh because his sort of accent, it's not a stereotypical Irish accent, but it's just so entertaining. It's the way he talks, and the way he holds the audience, you know, a little bit similar to Officially Devin in my opinion. But Jackosaurus definitely has that comedy kind of commentary, which I like. Comedy commentary, CC, that's the sort of thing I like. I like good old CC YouTubers, and Jackosaurus is definitely a CC YouTuber, and he's somebody that we are hoping to do some stuff with in the near future. That's why I've included him in this video. Whether it be some live streaming, whether it be some FIFA, whether it be some Battlefront, who knows? We got plenty of options out there, and yeah, he's a great YouTuber and someone that I just had to include in this video and keep that kind of Celtic alliance going, that Celtic brotherhood, because at the moment I think we're outnumbered by the English on this segment of the video, so I had to bring him in. And finally, we've got one more to go, and you've probably guessed it by now. I talked about him a little bit earlier in the segment, and that is good old Lord Rexasaur. Now, I don't quite know whether he counts as being UK or not, because he is technically French. Mr. Bidouard, Bid something. I don't know. I'm not really good at pronouncing French things. Anyway, Mr. Croissant over here, frog's legs. He is basically, well, he was living in Chepstow in Wales. He's gone back to university, but he was living in France for a year, and technically he is French. But I'm going to count him as sort of all three: Welsh, English, French, whatever. He's all of them. He's a fantastic person, probably the best person I've ever met on YouTube, to be honest with you. I've actually met him in real life, and we had a nice day out in Cardiff back this summer. It'd be nice to do something again, maybe next year, maybe meet up again. It'd be an awesome experience, because I really enjoyed myself that day. And it's something you don't always get to find, especially in this day and age on kind of online websites and stuff. You know, you meet people through social media, you meet people online, and you know, it's just that, it's just an online sort of thing. But for Lord Rexasaur to sort of, you know, we got kind of involved in the podcast last year. It was a random kind of conversation. We had a few conversations together. We both basically said, oh yeah, we've been watching each other's channels for over a year. We both like what we watch. We both enjoy each other's sort of commentary and stuff. We should probably do something together. And like I said earlier, we did try and do that kind of Crusader Kings 2 thing with Alex the Rambler and Love Spuds, and unfortunately it didn't work out. But we kept in contact. We kept sort of supporting each other online. And then one day we just had a Skype conversation. It was supposed to be like a 10-minute Skype conversation, sorry. A 10-minute Skype conversation, which ended up being like a 4-hour conversation where we were just laughing in like into the early hours of the morning, basically just talking about random stuff. The way our sort of personalities kind of bounce off each other and just have a big laugh basically online is superb. And I think, you know, a great friendship has basically been formed through YouTube, and that's one of the things which is so special about YouTube when it's done right, when it's done correctly, which I think it has done in our case. So Lord Rex, so I've saved the best to last, I think, hopefully, and He'd probably masturbating right now as I talk about this, but oh well. You gotta do it sometime, haven't you, folks? Anyway, I'm gonna end this video here. I don't know how long it's gonna be because I've obviously recorded this into the sections, so if it's been a long time, I do apologize. If you have enjoyed, I would definitely appreciate it if you check the channel out. Leave the video a like if you did enjoy it. Leave it a dislike if you didn't enjoy it. But why wouldn't you enjoy it, you sneaky bastards? Anyway, if you want to check out any of the people that I've mentioned, if their channels still exist, etc., because obviously some of them are quite old, their links will all be in the description below. There won't be any kind of other links in there apart from theirs. So yeah, any of my other regular links that you want to check out my other video and channel and stuff, and you'll find everything you need there, I'm sure. Anyway, guys, I've been Dragonheart, the Prince of Wales. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.